Hello my loves, my name is Freya and welcome to my channel. So today I will be continuing my series on simplifying your life. So in this episode, the second episode, you can find the link to the playlist down below in the description. This is episode 2 and it's about positive people. So now what I mean by this is surrounding yourself with positive people or people who empower you to be something that simplifies your life. So grab yourself a drink. I have myself some tea and I don't really remember what the name was, but it was something with spirits or something, but it has lavender, rose and lemon balm, and so it's very, very soothing. Yeah, it's very good. Get comfy and let's begin. So there's this saying that says, you're the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. And so what this says is surround yourself with positive people. People that are good for you, people who empower you, people who get you through hard times, and people you can actually connect with. And people who you can learn things from. You don't need to agree on everything, but you need to be respectful on each other's beliefs. So you don't need to always say, oh yeah, that's how I think as well. Even though that's nice, that's not what you need to do. Differences are good. Differences are things that can make your relationship a lot stronger. Differences is not something you need to be scared of, it's just something that you need to be respectful of. So you need to respect their beliefs, but they also need to respect yours. So that's how you build a good relationship. It needs to come from both sides. Whether this is platonic or romantic, it doesn't matter. Positive people are positive people. Doesn't matter what kind of relationship it is. You just need to be respectful for each other. They need to be the kind of people who broaden your horizons, who make you see things from a different perspective, and the kind of people whose quotes you would hang on your wall. If these people are not like that, you want to cut them out. Cut toxic people out. You don't have that kind of time, you don't have that kind of energy, and so you don't need to do that. You don't need to put your energy towards people who don't give it back. So please don't get yourself gaslighted. And if you're in such a situation, and gaslighting is basically where one person makes the other one think they're crazy or that there's something wrong with them, and they basically take away all your social network. They take that away and they're the only person you can count on, but you can't even count on them. If you think this is happening to you, please get away. And if you get out of such a situation, don't beat yourself up because you were in that situation for quite a time. That's alright, you just needed time, okay? And so you need to be kind with yourself. If they don't serve your higher good, if they don't serve your highest good, get rid of them. Get rid of them. A relationship, romantic or platonic, should be good for you. And now obviously I'm not talking about business relationships or something, but I am talking about people who you choose to be friends with. So it should be good for both of you. And if it's not good for you or for the other person, it doesn't matter. It's best if you then take a bit of time apart, learn a few things, realize a few things, and then become friends again or go back together, I don't know. But it may be good to then just leave each other for a while and let each other evolve separately. And if it's a permanent thing, alright. But then it just had to happen, you know? What does this have to do with simplifying your life at all, even? Well, if you don't need to put your energy into people who don't give it back, who don't give any value to your life, or who don't treat you in a way you should be treated. You should be treated with respect, compassion, love, any of those good values. You should be treated like that. If you don't put your energy towards those kind of people, you will have more energy for yourself or for the people who actually treat you right, and that will obviously simplify your life because you don't need to be worrying about if I'm gonna say this, if I'm gonna be honest in saying this or this or this, will they get mad at me? You don't need to worry about that. You just know that you can be yourself with this person and that they will accept you however you are. So that's really where you can make your life a lot simpler, because if you are certain that you can always be yourself and you don't need to restrict yourself in any way because they just accept you who you are, then you don't need to tie yourself up and to think, you don't need to put on a mask, So when you've made that mask, taking it off is so hard, so I would just suggest don't get to that point and just don't make the mask. So surround yourself with people with whom you don't need to make a mask, right? Obviously you can't do this with every single person, but you need at least one person who will do this for you. And if you don't have anyone nearby, that's alright, I can be your person, DM me. So if you have the certainty that all the people you spend most of your time with are people who accept you and who think in a similar way like you, I mean they don't need to have the same beliefs or anything, but they just need to think in the same way as like growing, you've clicked on this video, so you must be going for bettering yourself, becoming a better person, or in any way. If you know that all the people you spend time with are genuine people and you're certain of that, you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to restrict yourself on saying, or what will happen if I say this or this. You don't need to worry about that because you just know that they will accept you for who you are anyhow. Anyhow. Just the people who love you back, you can be real with those people, and that makes it a lot easier to be open and to be real with yourself as well. You know that these people have your back, you can count on them, and so you're creating a strong social network, and that is something that's pretty important. Even if you're a kind of person who handles things on their own, that's cool, but just knowing that if you would want, you could, that takes a lot of weight off your shoulders, I know a friend of mine just likes to handle things on their own, and that's okay, but I sometimes say, like, if you want to talk, you can talk, and they know that, and that's just great. I mean, they know they can talk to me if they want to, but if they prefer to not do that, that's completely fine too. And there is actually science supports this. The saying, the 5 people you spend your most time with, you're the average of that, it's actually supported by a study. It's the Framingham heart study. Now, it's a heart study. At first it was just a heart study, but they took a lot of data over a lot of years. So they actually had generations of data. 2 professors, Fowler and Christakis, they used the data to see how things connected, They used the data to see how your social network influences you. What they realized was that not just the 5 people you spend most time with, but their friends and even their friends can influence you in a big way. Actually, this really is logical because they took the example of when a person gets obese or one starts smoking, or I want to add the example one person starts doing yoga. If one of your close friends starts doing this, then you will shift your mindset to this is more normal, this is, you will automatically have a mindset shift just because one of your dear friends is doing this. Your perception of those things will change, and so the chance of you starting doing that is actually a lot higher. And so you want to make sure that you surround yourself with the right type of people. And that's how this all supports this whole idea. So if one of your friends starts making positive changes in their life, you are more likely to do so as well. And so you want to make sure that you connect with people with those type of people. If you want to make positive changes in your life, you can definitely do it on your own. But it's good, but it's very affirming to see other people who you hold dear to your heart doing that as well. That's why you really want to make sure that your relationships are fulfilling for you, and that they're actually also good for the other person. You know, if a relationship is good enough for the other person, but your needs aren't getting fulfilled, then or you can talk about it and make it better, make it work better, or say no. I very much understand that there are people who just think, I can handle things on my own, I don't really need friends, and I really get you. I'm quite an introvert myself, but it's just nice to know that you can talk to someone if you would want to. Maybe you will never want to and you never do, but just knowing that you can really get a bit of weight off your shoulders. And this is where it makes your life a lot simpler, because if you choose the right people. Now obviously I'm not saying you should just cut out your friends because one of them started smoking or something. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if you two grow apart because of this, that's alright. You know, friends come and go, people come and go, and that's alright. Just make sure that you keep focusing on what the positive sides this situation has given you. So what are the positive things if a relationship does not work, whether it's a friend's relationship or a partner relationship? If things don't work out, that's fine. Just make sure that you focus on what was good about that situation and focus then on what you learned from it. And then you will be able to shift your mindset a bit from, oh damn, it didn't work out, to I learned things and I'm gonna see this person as I remember them, when we were the best. And so really surround yourself with positive people, because they really can change your life. So if there are no positive people around, the type of people that I just described, maybe it's better to then don't have people. It's better to have no people than to have negative people, if you get what I mean. You really want to just connect to positive people. It's better to have no people than negative people. Now I should probably very much explain this, because I was in a situation quite a few years ago where the people around me didn't really accept me as who I was, and the kind of people weren't positive people. So they weren't uplifting me, they weren't empowering me in any way, and these were the type of people, these were the people at school, the only people I really had a connection with, and the only people I had to work with them on a daily basis, but I didn't connect with them. And a few months into the school year, I decided I was okay with not really connecting with them, because I didn't really like them anyway. But so they weren't positive people, and so I chose no people instead of trying to fit in and get with negative people. And so I changed schools a year later, which led me to amazing friends. A lot of people went away because they didn't accept me and they were the type of negative people, but now I'm really left with positive people. And so it's okay to be with no people for a while. It's okay. You can do that. It's alright. It's better to be with no people than with negative people. It's kind of like negative people, no people, positive people. And there are positive people around, there really are. You just need to find them and have a bit of patience. So I guess I really just want to say that the positive people are people who empower you, who think you're strong, who you can count on, who you can talk to if you want to. You don't have to, but just knowing that you can takes some weight off your shoulders. And this has to do with simplifying your life, because you know that all the people you spend time with are positive people and are people who are good for you. And so you don't need to worry about saying the wrong thing or how you will come across, because you know they will accept you anyway. And the Framingham Heart Study is a study that supports all of this. So because everything a person does, everything your friends do, it changes your perception, and that's not a bad thing necessarily. It can be just a thing. It happens. So if one of your friends were to go zero waste, it would seem a lot more logical for you to go zero waste, because you see, it's not really that much of a big deal. If one of your friends starts doing yoga, you may find, well, it's not that weird actually, it's quite nice. Or if it's kind of that way. And also, no people is better than negative people. If the people drag you down, don't interact with them, cut them out. And it's better to then be with no people and wait for the positive people to come around. So I hope this helped and that you learned something new. Definitely leave down below if you have a similar experience to some of these, like for example the no people over negative people. Leave down below if you've experienced that as well, or what kind of positive things positive people do for you, and how. Leave a bit of appreciation down below. Even if they never see it, you will feel good after doing it. And yeah, I really hope you can find your positive people. So I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I wish you all the best. Bye, loves. Cheers.